Hello everyone, I'm Rahul and you're watching StudyIQ IS English. In today's session, we'll be discussing what if you have failed in the UPSC Mains 2025, and not just UPSC Mains 2025, what if you failed altogether in a prelims stage itself. So today's session, it's going to be interesting, it's going to be insightful, and it's going to be something from which you all can take certain lessons and apply it. So all those people who are here, please mark your attendance. Attendance is mandatory, and like most of the time I say, I really like to deal with people who come on our channel, especially given the diversity from which you all people come, northeast, south, east, west, north, south. So just mark your attendance so that we can quickly start. And like always, you can ask whatever doubts, whatever questions, and whatever queries you have. So the very first thing, my dear friends, before restarting anything, like you'd be deciding like whether to start again or not, before starting, there must be diagnosis. There must be diagnosis of what went wrong. Because what happens if you're not going to improve upon what mistakes you made, if the input of yours is not going to improve, the results are never going to be any different. So hear me again, what I'm saying. If you're doing certain things and you're getting certain results and results are not good, the results are leading to failure again and again. And if you think with the same strategy, you can reappear in the examination again and some miracle is going to happen that will sail you through. Sorry to disappoint you, but let me tell you that is not going to happen. Rishi Pandey, a very warm welcome to you. Seeing you after a long time. Hope you are doing good. So, unless and until you are going to change the input, the output is not going to change. So, if you are expecting anything better next year, anything better in your next cycle of the examination, you have to change the input. And before you can change anything, you need to know what went wrong. That is why you need to do analysis of your failure. Why did you fail? Before doing the analysis, let me tell you one thing. The human brain or the human tendency, it has a tendency to be biased. I mean, why did you fail? All those people who are watching right now, wherever you might have failed in your life or in any examination, not just UPSC, but in any examination, where you might have failed, how many of you can honestly admit that the failure was because of your own doing? And if I can tell you from my experience, from my interactions with people, I can assure you, out of 10, only 2 people have this brutal honesty to say that it was failure on their own part. Rest of the 10 people, where are they going to blame? They are going to, first of all, let me talk about mains people who would have written mains. The very first thing they are going to blame is the checking itself. That the paper checking is random, what kind of marking is being done, how can I miss out? That's going to be the first thing. Second thing, there is second category of people who blame the circumstances. They might blame, my center was not good. The center allocated, the seat allocated, the time of examination, that was not good. The third kind of people, their situation. Yeah, had my family situation or had my situation where I'm living, had it been better, things could have been better. Now, I'm not denying any of these factors. It could be true in certain extent. But the problem is, till the time you are going to be problem oriented, you are never going to get an answer. For example, all those people who think that the checking is unfair in the mains examination, or there is no objectivity, rationality with what the paper is being checked. My question to you is that, how is that going to change next year? The board that is checking the paper is going to be more or less the same. The process is going to be more or less the same. And how you can do anything different? Putting it on the center, putting it on where, circumstances or situation. That's not a solution for you. What do you think that next time when you'll be writing mains, or when next time you'll be writing mains, these things are not going to happen again? Or for that matter, I say, this was something bad, if I had to accept, this was something bad that happened to you. Next time, something worse might happen. How do you know that that's not going to happen? So this is the first category of student who blame it on circumstances. Next category of student is that who blame it on the paper itself. For example, the GS2 paper. Oh, I do not know from where this GS2 paper came, what they wanted to ask, where they wanted to ask. There is no source, nothing. I do not know. Other category of people, the essay paper. My God, what kind of questions they were asking, what they wanted to test, I do not know. Likewise, somebody, there might not be even acceptance. I am the master of optionals. How can I get lesser marks in the optionals? These are something that you're thinking, being problem oriented or trying to deflect your problems on something else. Likewise, all those people who fail in prelims. The prelims, let's say, if 95 marks is the cutoff, most of the student would be in the bracket of 93 to 97. And those people who are missing out here, what or where do they blame after coming after the examination center? The very first thing they say, OMR marking. And this thing I've heard. Even we have also said when we used to prepare during our time that I did not. I solved the paper correctly, but I did not mark it rightly on the OMR sheet. Second people, I missed out on certain questions. There is even third category of student who blame it on the silly mistake. That I made certain silly mistake. I could know that the option was this thing, but in the OMR sheet I mark as A. When the option was shifted, it was given on C. But my question to each and every one of you, all these mistakes that you're telling me, these mistakes are your own. Unless and until you are going to own them up, you're not going to get the solution. So I hope what we are discussing is clear to you. Now, then there comes a little bit honest category, which instead of blaming it on the circumstances, they blame it on themselves. Now, how do they blame? They blame in a very negative way. How? I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for this examination. This is ultra honesty. Nobody is good for anything. This is what I'll say. Practice, execution, this is what makes the difference. But these kind of category of people, these are broken down by the system, broken down by failures. They are like, I'm not good. The next category of people is who get emotionally charged. Instead of taking a pragmatic view about the situation or the scenario, what they do, they get emotional. Emotional like a jilted lover. You have seen people who are in unreciprocated love. That no. Even when you know that things are not working out, you're not ready to leave it. This is the one category of emotion where you know that maybe this examination is not made for you, but still not giving up on the examination. And then the second category is of those, how can I fail? Means this examination I'm not getting qualified. They take it on their ego. And even when they're really close or they're really close to success, they quit. And these are the people who never quit when they should have actually quit. And these are the people who quit but who are really closer to success. So what I want you people now to do is do a very honest assessment. And you know, like when I talk about doing honest assessment, it requires a great deal of power. It requires a great deal of inner will to assess yourself, to judge yourself in the way you should judge. You don't have to be biased. You don't have to be soft on yourself. You don't have to be emotional. And removing these things, you have to make a judgment about yourself that what you have to do. Whether you have to sit for the 2026 examination or not. This is a call that you have to take. And in taking this decision, one thing which I want you people to avoid is this. There is this sunk cost fallacy which says that in certain things you have already invested so much that you think, let us try to give one more attempt. I have already given 4 years of my life to this examination. Let me give one more year. Why? Because you think that you have already given 4 years of your life to certain thing. In 1 year, you'll be able to make up for all these lost 4 years. Now, this is a very deadly mindset to be in. Why? Because if something has not worked for you for these 4 years, what is the guarantee that this is going to work or things are going to work out on itself in the following year? When something has not worked for you for 4 years, what is the guarantee that you will be able to do it better this year? And also this rationality that I have lost 4 years of my life, and you cannot come out of that zone, of that lifestyle, of that life cycle which you're living. Instead of resisting, instead of taking a newer path, newer life, you decide to go away with this. If the flow of your life, which unfortunately is not good, is not correct, if that's not going to get corrected, the results are not going to get correct. So all those people who are just entering into a new cycle of this examination, just because there is so much of lethargy in them that they are not ready to make any changes, my dear friends, just stop a little, take a good assessment of yourself and then decide. Just because you do not have anything else to do, don't jump into this examination for one more cycle again. I can assure you, sorry to say this, but you are again going to meet failure in the very next cycle itself. So all those things that I have told you till now points towards one thing, and that is a honest assessment of yourself. Anybody who has watched till now would have understood the importance, what is being said here, or what is the point that I'm trying to make. Do a brutal assessment of yourself where you are not softer on yourself. You have to take harsh call. And again, I'm repeating, there is no shame, there is no guilt in admitting that something is not happening. Something is not working out. The world is very big. You can always do great and better elsewhere. But at the same time, just because of flowing in emotions, don't take such a decision where you'll be having a regret of a lifetime that what if I had given one more attempt with my best strategy, with my all power, all force, and who knows, I might have failed. So don't leave this regret component. And if all those people watching for now if you can digest whatever was being told to you till now, now we can discuss what you have to do. All those people who are convinced otherwise, a very warm, a very good night to you people. You can log out and sleep. But all those people, for all the questions that we have discussed till now, your soul is saying something else to you, to hang on, to continue. And that is not because of emotions, but because of a rational voice within you. So dear friends, here we start for a successful end. The foremost thing that you have to do now, without any second or third thought, is start preparing for 2026. There would be many people who will be having this thought that they should skip one attempt. They have this thought of skipping one attempt. Why, you know? They think that this 1 year will give them a reboot. That they'll go, they will chill, they will hang out somewhere in the Himalayas or in their houses. And then one fine day, after 365 days, they are going to have a nirvana kind of thing from within, which is going to tell them now they are ready for this UPSC examination. This thing is not going to happen. If the answer is yes, you have to continue, then preparing for 2026 is non-negotiable. You have to start preparing. No matter going in the end time, you might just take one step back, but till the time your prelims is there, you have to keep preparing. There is no other alternative. So all those people who have decided that they want to give this examination one more time, they want to achieve their dream, they want to have one more go at the shot, they want to take one more shot at the goal. My dear friends, start preparing for 2026. Now, there would be two categories of students that I know very clearly, and tell me if I'm mistaken or if I'm wrong. There would be one category of student that has been in touch with the syllabus, that has been in touch with the books throughout. I mean, these people were studying till yesterday, and these people are here even now. And there'll be one category of student whose books would be having a layer of dirt on them because they would have left studies long back. So to both of you, my suggestion or my advice is that start preparing. And how you are going to prepare? At present, I'm assuming that your preparation is at level 0. Level 0 in the sense you are not battle ready right now. That could be because of various reasons. It could be because of your knowledge base that is not good enough to sail you through 2026, or it could be also because of psychological base where you are not psychologically that much ready to give an attempt in 2026, but still you are willing to give an attempt. So all those people, start with the core subjects. And what are these core subjects? History, polity, economy, geography. Start revising them. And when I say start revising them, if you are a veteran, do not go by starting to study again. Many people who are there into the system, when they fail one time, the biggest mistake that they make, they again go to level 0, they again start from the NCERT, they again start buying new books and coloring it from the very first page, as if it is a fresh start. Remember, my dear friends, time is limited, energy is limited, and when you have already studied something, it makes no sense. And it also makes no sense in expecting that you are going to become a blank slate again, and then you are going to get rebooted. Don't make that mistake. You have already studied the basics. What you can do over here is you can start preparing with the help of MCQs. And these MCQs have to be not random MCQs. but something that UPSC has been asking. In market, you'll get booklets of all those examinations that UPSC conducts from CDS to CSC. There comes a booklet which has all these questions. Buy that and start preparing these core subjects and their topics using the MCQs that have given by UPSC in various examinations. This is going to lead to two things. First, you are going to get your conceptual clarity, and second thing, you are going to get understanding of what the examination is demanding. There is no point in reading about physical geography when you know that the focus of UPSC has been on certain rivers, most of them or some of them which are in current affairs, asking the tributaries and the distributaries, asking which is the right bank, left bank, tributary or something like this. It makes no point in ignoring these things and studying something else. So when you are going to know these are the 4,000 sets of questions which UPSC has been asking again and again, you will get a gist where from UPSC is asking questions. And the next thing is, everything is database. Think from a very logical perspective. Like somebody is making questions. Think that it is not his passion to make questions. It is duty or job. And if I have to give you duty or certain job, how you are going to perform that? Think it from your perspective that you have been given the job of setting the paper. Are you going to become an Einstein and discover new questions? Or invent a new questions to be asked in the UPSC CSC examination? Or are you going to get hold on the database of the MCQs or the booklets and reframe questions from there? If you'll have a certain level of good IQ, you would understand that you'll be accessing the database and framing questions from there. So when you know that the other person is going to take this approach, why don't you take this approach for yourself and start solving those questions? So first, this is going to give you conceptual clarity, and second, it will help you to know what is the weightage of section, from which section what question is coming, or which section holds more importance. That was the first thing. And the next thing is, you have to do the core subjects, and the next part is doing current affairs. This current affairs, you have to prepare for your science and tech, your environment, your, let's say, IR and reports and policies, government schemes and everything. You don't have to study science and tech on its own. You have to study what has been in current affairs, likewise for environment, likewise for reports and government schemes. You don't have to start studying from the very first scheme which the government of India, rolled out. Just study what is there in the current affairs. And this thing you have to do for 1.5 years of current affairs. And if you have not touched it, the best way to proceed, again, it will differ from person to person, is not going forward. For example, you are appearing in 2026. It does not make sense to start with the current affairs from 2024, then 2025, and then 2026. It's a mistake. You don't have to do it. What you have to do it, go backwards. This is the November month. Start with the current affairs of November, go backwards, October, then likewise keep going backwards till January, and then for the previous year. Now, how this is going to help you? This is going to help you in two ways. First, whatever is there coming in current context, you'll be able to know. And second, when you'll go backwards, there are certain developments where things evolve over the time. For example, let's say Israel and Palestine issue is going on, so it is not something that is going to change in 1 day or 2 days. It's going to take 1 year, 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, and then you are going to have certain changes. So when you're going to get backward, you'll realize that there are many things which you would have covered anyway, anyhow. And you'll find that when you're moving backwards, studying or reading becomes easier. So I hope this much is clear to you. And when you have done this much, more or less within, let's say 30-40 days, you will be on track. You will realize that yes, for 2026, you can give a good go at the examination. You will stand at a better chance in qualifying the examination. Strategy beyond this thing, this is just to get you on track, just get you started with your preparation. What to do after this, I'll be taking in another session, but whatever was told till now for half an hour, if anyone is having any kind of doubt, please shoot them. I'll be very happy to take them, address them. If there is any section or any issues where you're facing that is not clear to you, what should be your immediate response after the mains 2025 results? So this was the approach which I think can get you on track for your UPSC 2026 stream. Now, any questions, any suggestions, you are more than welcome to ask. Now, how to approach this in detail, I'll be taking that in a different segment, in a different video. And till then, take care of yourself, keep studying, keep watching good content. Whatever help you people require, mention in the comment section, will be providing you. At the same time, those people who think that the time is not in their hands or they are not having confidence or anything like how they should be approaching the examination, our batches are there to help you. The description contains their link. You can click and just have a look at these courses. At the same time, apart from this, if you require any free materials or if you require any kind of counseling, any kind of help, you can call on the numbers which is given there. And at the same time, if you want to approach me or any of our faculties, you wish to have a special sessions from them, in the community post section of our videos, we are scheduling regular Zoom meets where you can interact with our faculties one-to-one. You can discuss any kind of problem with them. You can register. Our team will give you the link of those Zoom meetings. You can join them. And at the end, apart from all these things, if you need or require any free material for your preparation, or if you think that any kind of YouTube series you need, just mention it in the comments and it will be provided to you. So dear friends, that's all for today. Take care. I'll see you again. Till then, bye-bye. Good night.